Hello.
Everybody, I'm so happy to meet this beautiful, young, happy, fantastic couple in the Dream Hostel where we're staying. What the hell is that? That's pretty noisy. It's the dryer. But at any rate, this is Meet Monsi. That's the lovely young lady on your right. And Adam. And they're nomads. I think you said you were a nomad. Is that what you said?
I think that's what we are.
So I was looking for the word what I am at this point in life because I have no home. I don't want a home. I don't want things because I've had lots of things in life. I want moments, and this is a moment that we're sharing together. Thank you for taking the time. But of these interviews, someone either has to learn something, be entertained, motivated, or inspired. And I'm sure everyone listening, and we're going to learn something fantastic from Monsi and Adam. So my first question is, how are you both doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Now, Monsi was good when I first asked her, passing in the hallway. And then I said, well, how would you like to be fantastic? And she said, I am fantastic. Well, she is indeed, but it's about saying it.
Yeah.
And you've learned now it's an act of kindness. Embodying it. So you've been in Ukraine for 3 months. Mm-hmm. It's a long time. How many cities have you seen?
Only 2. Just Kiev and Odessa, I think.
Yeah. Okay, you didn't go to Lviv?
We go to Lviv. This is our second time in Kiev. We started and ended here. So that's cool, because it's quite a big city. So we got to, we said today we think we've now covered Kiev. And it's a big place. So
it's a big place.
Yeah, we covered today. We went around, there's some islands in the middle of the river.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we walked an hour through some woods.
Oh, I wish I would have met you yesterday. I would love to have gone with you today on that little venture. Cause
so we've now done south, north, west a bit.
Yeah, Odessa is fantastic, of course. And Lviv is a medieval city, which I thought was really fantastic. So, then you're going to Bulgaria.
Yes.
Why Bulgaria?
Because there's a place there called Banksel that is supposed to be a digital nomad hub. So we're looking forward to meeting other nomads, and also it's supposed to be, well, it's not supposed to be, it's a lot of snow at this time of the year.
Okay.
So I'm really excited to go see some snow and spend some time in the snow.
So now there is a website for nomads. Is that an understanding now, or what?
No, we just you sort of see stuff on YouTube or other nomads we know, like from other countries. They mention this place. It's very cheap, and I'm particularly. She's from the tropics, but I'm kind of like a warm weather person. I kind of like the beach places, and because we're in Europe right now, we kind of want to find a winter destination. So this is a skiing area. I mean, we don't really ski, but it's like beautiful mountains and chalets and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people like us, and they have thermal. We think we have thermal water as well, so you can go in like heated pools, like thermal pools, stuff like that.
Well, if you ever make your way to Switzerland, I lived in the winter of '72 in Davos Platz. It's literally the best atmosphere, the best air on the planet. And it was for asthma victims, but now it's a big ski resort. I'm a big-time skier, so skied the Alps, the Rockies, the Sierras, all kind of different places. But I want to get back to nomad, because I was looking for the name of what I am at this point in life. Am I a nomad?
Because you're fantastic.
Well, thank you. But I mean, what is a nomad in the definition of it?
I think it's a mindset, because in this day and age anyway, because it's kind of like you choose to move around, because it's not like being homeless in the sense that you are kind of choosing to be kind of non-materialistic, I suppose, to an extent.
More like that sounds fantastic.
Experience based, so we kind of decided we just wanted to move more,
to be nomads.
Prioritize the location more than the stuff.
Yeah, and not collect things, collect moments. I think that's the important thing in life. Because if you watch my interviews, so many of them are people that had a lot of money and gave it away, basically, or walked away to experience happiness without money, because money buys you friends and buys you things.
Well, the people that don't know, that are not happy with money, is because they don't know where to shop. That is a reality of life.
And you're from Panama. Is there some good shopping in Panama?
No, that's why I don't live there.
You don't live there.
There's actually amazing shopping in Canada, apparently, if you're into that kind of thing.
Well, there's lots of money, I imagine. Is it expensive?
It's kind of like America landed a shopping mall in Latin America.
Yeah. That's not true. The one thing that you could buy in Panama is actually an island, because you mentioned that you wanted to get an island.
Yes.
And Panama actually sells islands. It's one of the countries that sells the cheapest islands in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can buy a tropical island in Panama, small one, obviously.
Yes. I don't need a big one.
Yeah, exactly, very cheaply. But you would have to obviously set up the whole
Yeah, of
infrastructure.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Well, I knew there wasn't going to be already set up. I knew I'd have to build it out, and I know a lot of people in construction, so I know a lot of people in a lot of different fields. So it'll be a fun little project. But it's going to be for our ambassadors, you know, where the Nomads. Now, getting back to Nomad, I'm glad that I met you because now that I'm going to be a nomad. I was thinking I was a vagabond. What is a vagabond?
I think I'm a vagabond.
What is a vagabond?
For me, a vagabond is somebody that lives freely, behaves dangerously, and doesn't care what other people think.
Oh, wow, that's me.
I think
Yeah, that's
that.
me too.
But
Yeah.
I don't have the official view on this, but I think vagabond kind of has a sort of judgment attached to it because someone says you're a vagabond.
Like a bum.
Yeah, basically you're a bum in the sense that you are. You're nomadic essentially, but not because of you designed it, but because you just can't be bothered to work. So you're just going to kind of like do the easiest thing possible and just jump on a train.
Okay, so
just kind of do what.
But I think that it all depends on the person that decides to judge. Because,
Yeah, it's a judgment.
And that judgment comes from their own experience and their own traumas. Because to me, vagabond has a je ne sais quoi, a bohème type of style, type of word.
But I think
That's because
vagabonds
that's who I
were
am.
usually homeless people. Like they didn't have money. Like they didn't have a.
I love the fact that you said judging because my parents were bohemians before the beatniks, you know. So I actually come from love and art, which is fantastic. So thinking outside the box, we got to create a word that mixes the nomad with the vagabond, like vaganomad or something, and make up our own term because I am a vagabond, like you say, and I am a nomad, as you say.
You're not a vagabond because you have money. You know, I think vagabond means that you're like a down and out, like you're
Well, see, but that's the thing is the judgment you were just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't mean that, and I'm going to look it up tonight in the dictionary. But the whole point is, if you've ever read the book The Four Agreements,
Yes, I have.
you have.
Yes.
Well, the third agreement is never let what other people think about you affect you.
Yeah.
And what their opinion is of me makes no difference whatsoever. But I would like to come up with a term of what I am at this point in life, after doing so many things in
So
my life.
how long have you been like
202 days on the road.
Okay.
202
And
only.
do you have a base, like a property that you?
No, I gave up everything to travel.
Okay, so you are a nomad. You are a nomad.
I'm a nomad, yeah.
You don't-
I'm
you
definitely a
don't-
nomad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a beatnik. And
Beatnik. Isn't a beatnik like a gangster, like a gang or something like that? I
no, a
don't know.
beatnik in the 50s was an artist that didn't care about money.
Okay.
All they cared about was love, family, and art. That was a beatnik. Then after that, the hippies came up, and they didn't want to work, so they loved drugs. It was also drugs, a lot of drugs in the beat scene, you know. But my stepfather was a very famous bohemian. He's in the Smithsonian Institute of Art, and he was a famous artist, you know. But he didn't give a shit about money. And so that's a little of a root that I have from my background. I'm a published author, so you can read my book one day. I'll do a plug. Lester's Legacy. But I love these stories, these interviews, because there's so many avenues to take in life. And there's so many paths. The hostels I love because the youth are here. And that's the future of our world is the youth of the world. And if I can impress upon them to stop saying the word good as you did today, hopefully you never say it again.
I don't think I will.
Yeah, it's really, I could tell you 1,000 stories of how it's beneficial to get rid of that word. And to be fantastic, because you are fantastic. You both are fantastic. I'm so happy to meet you guys. You're in love. You're young. You both have the same mindset. I mean, you couldn't be in a better situation on the planet than you guys are right now.
Yeah, that's what we always say to each other.
Yeah, we
It's-
get told this a lot, which sounds not to be gloating, but sometimes
you want to hear
you
it.
get narrow focused onto your own world, and then when we go back to where we're from or whatever, and like because I still work with a company, like I have my co-workers are back in the UK and stuff like that, and they they've been on the tube up to the city or whatever, and they just say like, man, you've got what everyone's looking for.
Yes.
Don't give it up, sort of thing. I don't want to speak in an American accent, but yeah, I think that most people are looking for freedom of some kind, So I think if you feel free, and we do feel free, that's kind of.
Well, I'll give you guys my definition of happiness, and it's also for the listening audience. The definition of happiness for me is when you jump out of bed in the morning, because that means you're going to look forward to your day. which means you're going to have fun during that day, which means you're going to do it well, because when you have fun, you do it well because there's no stress on it. And when you do something well, you get paid for it. Now, of course, you don't get paid to be a nomad, but you're still working, and hopefully you enjoy what you do to survive.
I actually do that as well. I jump out of bed, but sometimes it's I'm kind of like, I love my work, but I'm kind of like a workaholic as well. So I can sort of jump out of work. So I'm like, yeah, come on, I ideas, and then I can become like obsessive as well. So it's
it's a balance. Well, you have a relationship, and relationships are 24/7, 365. They're not easy.
When you're a nomad, they are. That's one thing I would say.
7 years together.
7 years.
Yeah, that's one thing I'd say.
Married 7 or
1 year married and 6 together.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely. Do we know any married nomads? Because it's quite a different world.
Oh, it's completely different.
When you because when before this, it's just sort of going to work, coming home, going out with friends. It's just a different planet to when you're just like on the road.
Of course.
You know
what I mean? It's 1,000 times more challenging, I imagine.
Anyone you know is like a musician who's been in a band, or a comedian maybe, like someone who's a touring person, and they're not a comedian maybe, but someone who's with people every day, like the same 2 or 3 guys every single day doing something. But obviously as a couple, like we do every single thing together. But we're happy, like we go and drink beer for 6 hours and then get on a bus for 6 hours and then get on our laptops. So we're kind of like joined by the hip. So it's definitely an extreme situation, which maybe is not right for everyone.
No, it's not right for everyone, of course, but it's right for you two, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
It's all that matters. Because one of my philosophies is no one's opinion matters but yours.
Exactly, and the definition of success is the one that you give yourself.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because if you think what I think Henry Ford said, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
No.
No one.
No.
Not your parents, not the Pope, nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm so happy for you guys and so happy to meet you guys. And you're an ambassador. You're my 694th ambassador. And Adam, I believe you should be 695.
Oh man, thanks man. What do we do as ambassadors, by the way?
Be kind to yourself.
Okay.
Be kind to one another and the rest of the people on the planet.
Okay.
Okay, that's the first thing. Be kind to the environment.
Yeah.
And never utter the word good again if you can. It works for good morning.
I know, what happens if we do say the word?
No, it's okay. I mean, there's times when you go to a funeral, you don't go, I am fantastic, There's sometimes you don't have to use it. But remember, it's an act of kindness to say it. Tell her she looks fantastic.
Can I say, like, you look stunning?
No.
I'd say fantastic.
You know why?
Kind of like a constrictive...
Well, no, you can say she looks stunning, because she is stunning. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you want to live longer, feel better, look better...
It has to be the word fantastic.
Because it makes you smile. Say right now, say, I am fantastic.
I'm fantastic.
Say it with a little bit more emotion.
I'm fantastic.
You say it. Show them how you're supposed to say it.
I'm fantastic.
That was
now,
ironic.
You both are laughing and smiling, so you both lived 5 minutes longer just now, extended your life.
Yeah.
And it's a fact. I'm going to make this shit up.
Right.
It's a fact. Well, as long as you laugh. Laugh, love, live. What do they say? They say laugh, love, live, right? Laughter is the best medicine. You guys are living large. And that's fantastic, one. But the word fantastic, I don't know if you heard me teach your wife earlier, means unimaginably good and beautiful. It's a shame they threw that word good in there. But, I mean, you married a fantastic woman. You guys are living a fantastic life. You can't wear the word out. But it's an act of kindness to say the word.
I like variety, though. Can I say, I'm dandy, spiffing, top notch. I get bored by words to use because I was into literature before. And I like variety,
I love variety.
I get bored of the same word if I use it too much.
I agree, and just use it on occasion.
And no offense, man, but that's what I don't. One of my problems in the US is like they do use the same word every time. Like
they use the word good every time.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Like
very few people are using fantastic, and it's going to be a certain amount of people that are ambassadors. Listen, it's an ambassadorship to make the world a kinder, more civil place. Because see the bee on the logo? That represents pollinating positivity. Bees pollinate flowers. Us humans need to pollinate positivity, knowing that everything's going to work out. Positive thoughts manifest positive action. And the movement is about cultivating civility. We need to be civil to one another. And we live in a greedy, selfish, litigious world.
But that all is going to change. Because
Yes.
it is changing, and we're all ascending
Yes.
to a higher consciousness,
Yes.
living from the 3D.
Yes.
And it's happening.
Yeah.
So,
We ascended.
yeah, so like we said earlier, we are going to start communicating telepathically.
Yes.
And that's the way it's going to be. It's just, this is a hiccup. You know, we
We're going to
have...
be immortal as well. And we're quite ready for the being cyborgs, you know?
No. Where we are
No.
right now is in a hiccup.
Yes.
So we have 1 foot in the Pisces era and then 1 foot in the Aquarian era. And then that's why this all like tumultuous times that we're living at. But it's just a process. It's like when you're crossing the bridge and we're moving on to this ascension.
I agree with that. You said you like conversation changes, so I'm going to go with that one. I agree. You know, I want to say this. Everyone's like saying like 2020 is like the worst year. Like, oh my God, it's the worst year. Everything's going terrible.
Not at all.
I
It
think
opens people's eyes for a lot of things.
You know that they say that, you know, like in AA, they say you've got to hit rock bottom. Like if you're an alcoholic, you've got to hit rock bottom before you're going to change your life. Like you'll never change your life if you're into addicts, right?
Okay.
And in general, like life, you've got to have things have got to.
Well, that's what the Ukrainians are saying. They have to be miserable until it's going to be happy.
No, but like if you like the world has got, you know, problems, right? Like
Yeah,
people are, you know,
lots.
capitalism and pollution and stuff. You know, things need to be broken to be rebuilt, and people in the midst of a trauma, which is undeniably painful, like to say this is terrible, which is obviously suffering the people around the world. But you know that you can't say this is terrible because maybe maybe the world is changing. Maybe people are becoming more aware and questioning the systems that they live in.
Yeah, well, it opened people's eyes that family is more important. They actually had to share time with their family.
Or realizing that your life is not like in your control. Like everyone's just thinking like I'm just going to go work really hard and my money will save me. And realize like actually you could, you know, an asteroid can hit you, whatever. You're not in control, which is not to scare people, but to say that you need to get out of your own head
Yes.
and think
And your own story.
and your own expectation of what life is supposed to be like. You know.
Yeah.
And I think things like this can, you know, shakes people, but that's an opportunity to sort of realize that. You know, really, like you're talking about happiness and joy and stuff doesn't come from the external world. You know,
Correct.
It comes from you.
Correct.
So you've got, sometimes it's good for things to break down.
Yeah, I think this is, I see it as a fantastic opportunity, this COVID thing, to open people's eyes, and I see all the positive from it. And, you know, we've recovered from the worst pandemics in the world. Most people, and you guys, I haven't told this to you yet, but how are you? The question I asked you earlier is 650 years old. And it was invented during the Black Plague, the bubonic plague, to save your life. So from a great distance, you shouted at the top of your lungs to your friend.
Not dying.
No, there was 2 answers. I've got it, which was the bad answer, or I'm well. So the good answer was I'm well.
Yeah.
And nobody knows the question, nobody knows the right answer, because it's not a question anymore. It's actually a statement, it's a greeting. And it's rhetorical, and it's a waste of time. So knowing you can't ever change that question, if for the rest of your life, if you ever have children, and the rest of their lives, and their children's lives, for hundreds and hundreds or thousands of years more, everyone, every day, on every planet, on every continent, is going to be asked how they are. We can't change the question, but we can change the answer. You're a smart cookie, I swear to God. And the answer now should be I am fantastic, because it's, even if you're not, it makes you feel better, but it's an act of kindness. You're giving life, looks, and happy and great feeling to someone by saying that.
But I'm going to go back a little bit, because I think that if somebody doesn't feel fantastic, they should say how they feel.
To whom, though?
And then
To
hopefully the other person can be empathetic.
But no, to whom, though? You wouldn't say it to your cashier at the market.
Well, in Ukraine, the cashier in the market would not ask you.
The cashier keeps asking me things at the market. I have no idea what she's saying.
They're basically asking, do you want a bag?
They're speaking another language, that's what's happening.
Exactly, another language. So they're asking me if I want a bag, is that what they're saying?
They want a bag, and if you're paying cash or card.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I always guess if there's a third question, it's do you have like the stored card?
Yes, if you have a
Oh, okay.
So I just go niet, 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 which is because we never take plastic. fantastic. We don't have a card. You know, we just go niet.
I just look at them with a dazed look and just go,
Until
what?
they get fed up and go,
Do you speak English?
Oh my God, they hate it.
They hate that,
it
huh?
so much.
Yeah.
That's funny. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for your time.
You're fantastic.
We're going to make the world a better place. We're going to be part of the solution. Not an Adam.
We are part of the solution.
We can be.
No, we are.
We are.
We
Okay.
are.
I like that thinking.
Yes.
You are fantastic.
Thank you. You
Monsi,
too.
Adam, you guys have a blessed life, a fantastic life, and let's make the world a better place.
Thank you. Same to you.
Overpopulated cities around the world have caused people to become a greedy, selfish, and litigious society. Would you like to be happier, live longer, never be forgotten, and help make the world a kinder, more civil place? It's actually easier than you think. Every day you're asked, how are you? Instead of saying good, say, I am fantastic. It will make you look better, feel great, and reduce your stress. Making the world a better place starts with each person. Please join the Be Fantastic movement today. What you want to be, you can be. Be fantastic.
I met Dr. Fantastic along life's way, and I heard him say, I gotta say, I am fantastic.